Hello, greetings all. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Hello, everyone. So, if you are stopping by my channel, if it's for the first time, go ahead and subscribe and like this video, share the video. Feel free to leave a comment. It's all love here. Okay, so it's Friday. And how is everyone doing? It is Friday night. What time is it here? It's almost 10 o'clock here. I'm in this, the sunshine state of Florida, so I came on because I said I was going to do the movie review for Creed 3. And I wanted to do it the night where I put up the message about beware of false prophets, but I got too tired, so I said I'll come and do it another night and everything. And I just finished eating. I should have did a mukbang with this because I had a really good Publix sub chips, and I still have some of my cherry cola left, whatever. So you will be seeing me sip on my cherry cola throughout this review and everything because, I talk. I'm a chatter. And for the life of me, I don't see how people can get on here and just talk and talk and talk and don't have some water, some hot tea, or just something to drink. But whatever. That's just me. Anyhow, so I pray wherever you guys are that you're not flooded out. It was a horrible flooding going on here. We had a few days of rain, which we definitely needed. But now we need for the floods to evaporate or, just something. But it's God's weather. So praise be to the glory of God. He does what he desires to do. It's whatever his will is. Anyhow, so let's get into Creed 3. Now, my son and I, we saw Creed 3 at the movie. See, I'm a movie girl, and I love the whole theatrics of a movie. I've been going to movies since I was a baby. My mom had been dragging me back and forth at the movies, and even my dad as well. And since a little girl, I've always had a desire to be an actress. And I've spoken about this in one of my other videos and everything. And I would love to do Christian acting, commercials, or what have you. So, hey, you never know. Anyhow, so going to the movies have always been like a magical place for me, and I've raised my son up the same way. He loves movies as well. So Easter night, I said, we had a great time at church and everything, Resurrection Sunday and all of that good stuff. And I said, let's just, go to the movies later. And he was like, okay, cool. So we went to the theater. I could have ordered it on one of these movie stations or what have you, because I think it's on Prime Video. It's on a lot of different movie outlet stations that, where it can be ordered. But again, I want to see the whole shebang. I want to sit in front of the big screen and get all of the effects of it and everything. And it was dope. It was so much fun. I loved it. A lot of people were out as well, and we just had a shebang of a time, Anyhow, and needless to say, I think Creed 3, out of the three of them, this one is my favorite. I absolutely love this movie. This is going to be a little bit of a spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen it, I would advise all of you to go and check out Creed 3. Go see it for yourself. You may like it, you may not. I'm just giving you my opinions and everything about this movie, and I absolutely loved it. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to be sipping. And by the way, guys, watch the video all the way till the end. I try not to make these videos so long, but I'm not a fast talker. I can't just sit here and babble, babble, babble. I mean, I can, but I like to take my time, so watch the video in its entirety, and thumbs up the video, thumbs it up, like the video, all of that good stuff, come on, especially to those of you who are subscribed to my channel, help a girl out, like it. It's okay to like it, and I try to practice what I preach, because there's YouTubers on here that I'm subscribed to and I love their content. So once I'm done watching the videos, I always make sure that I like it, and stuff like that, right? So again, I'm going to be sipping on my Coca-Cola Cherry. Publix, by the way, in my opinion, they have the best subs, the best deli, the best bakery, so on a Friday night, you guys get you a sub, get you some fried chicken, all of that good stuff. They should be paying me right now, and so should Coca-Cola, Anyways, let's jump into this movie. I did see Creed 1 and 2, which I thought were pretty good. Creed 2 probably was my least favorite. I did like it, but it probably was my least favorite out of the three. But this one was right up my alley. And I just want to say this, guys, because it was so much talk around Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors, with their I was about to say bromance, but their friendship. And you know what? In watching this movie, I can understand why they drew such a tight bond. This movie pretty much explains why they drew such a tight bond with each other. It was touching in a lot of places. So I can see the strong connection or what have you. And I don't think it's anything sensual going on between these guys. We gotta stop attacking a man's sexuality, especially for black men. We have to stop attacking black men's sexuality just because they're close with one of their friends, their homeboys, or a co-worker, or what have you. Hang on, I gotta pop up here. Yeah, we really need to stop doing that. It's hurtful. It's just not right. As far as like how a man should be masculine or what have you. For a man to show love towards his brother, that's not a sign that he's that he's not masculine, or that he's homosexual or what have you. And nonsense like that must stop, because if anything, you have girls that seem to carry on more in a lesbian way than how men are with their friends. Girls hold hands, they dance together, they hug, they kiss each other, they do all of this stuff, but yet it isn't perceived to be lesbian activities. So we really, really need to chill on that. And then and I'm just going to say this, and I promise I'm going to get into the movie. We as black women, we need to stop doing that to black men. And then we wonder why so many of them are dating outside of their race and stuff like that. And I'm not going to say it's because of that, but we need to stop it. We need to stop it and lift our brothers up, and not tear them down. Now, by the way, Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors, you know what? I'm going to say this. I think I got a little bit of a crush on Jonathan Majors. I ain't one to gossip, so you ain't heard that from me, but I think I have a little bit of a crush on him. Now, Michael B. Jordan is cute. He's a sexy guy and all of that, but it was something so intriguing to me about Jonathan Majors. Like, he was just right up my alley. Like, I was just truly digging him in this movie. Both guys looked phenomenal. They were very well fit. I can only imagine the type of workout that they had to do in order to achieve that boxer's look, and everything. Both guys looked phenomenal. And who else is in the movie? Tessa Thompson. She, of course, is the wife of Adonis, played by Michael B. Jordan. Now they have this beautiful baby girl who is deaf, and she does sign language and all of that. And I think I believe it will be a part 4 because she's interested in boxing. She's a lot like her dad. Beautiful little girl and everything. His mom is Felicia Rashad. I think she's, to my understanding, and maybe I need to watch Creed 1 again, but I don't want to tell you every little thing or what have you, but she portrays his mother. I love Felicia Rashad since Cosby show and everything. She is like the world's best mom, TV mom and everything. Anyhow, who else is in this movie? You have the guy, I believe his name is Woodrow, who's the manager for Michael B. Jordan. He's been in tons of movies. I think these two co-starred in the show The Wire, I believe. I didn't watch a lot of The Wire and everything, but I have seen, and I really think that's his name. Maybe it's Woody or something like that. I've seen him in a couple of movies. Paid in Full is one of my favorite movies with the actor Woody. I think he's a very good actor. And he was in the New Edition story. He was pretty good as the manager for the New Edition kids and everything. So these were some phenomenal actors. Everyone played their roles really well. Jonathan Majors, oh my God. His acting is, for me, is on another level. It's something he really truly can bring out of his characters. I did see a snippet of Lovecraft with he and Journey Smollett and everything. He was really good in that. So Jonathan Majors. So I just really pray for him too with this, these allegations and everything, because he's really truly, he's rising up, so anything that he does, he's under a microscope now. So I really pray for him. I pray he didn't do what he is accused of. So I'm looking to see, more of Jonathan Majors. He's phenomenal. The way he can play a role it's mind-blowing for me. Anyhow, so just give me 1 second just to go over some of the plot of Creed 3. And I had it here. Okay, so Jonathan Majors' character, which was named Damien, he and Adonis, portrayed by Michael B. Jordan, they grew up together. They were from the same neighborhood or what have you, and they even spent time in a group home that was traumatizing for the both of them, and Damien was pretty much like the big brother to Adonis, so they had a really type relationship. And Damien, um, let's see, hang on. Yeah, so Damien, he was a boxer, and might I add, a very good boxer. He was really good. Like he was given a young Mike Tyson type vibe, and everything with the clip that they showed of him. Well, not the clip, the part that they showed with his fight when he was younger. I mean, the guy got a couple of licks in or what have you, but man, he just knocked the guy out, cold cocked the dude or what have you, and I mean with a mean punch. Like he got some fire to his blows or what have you. So that's why I say he kind of just reminded me of like Mike Tyson or something like that. I'm like, dang, the effects of it from the movie in the movie theater when he punched that guy, it was just like, okay, he's gonna be asleep for I don't know, maybe about a week. Anyhow, and the guy that portrayed him when he was younger, I remember him from the show All American with Tay Diggs and this really fine young man that portrayed Spencer James, I believe. Spencer. That's a whole nother story. Sidebar. Don't you all think that Spencer James acts a lot like Denzel Washington? Or is that me? From the couple of the seasons that I saw of All American, he just had the whole movement, the way he spoke, even the walk. He was giving me Denzel, but nevertheless, that guy is beautiful. It's just like, oh, okay. Anyhow, let's go back on to Creed 3. So yeah, Adonis looks up to Damien and everything. He kind of, got into boxing due to Damien and just being, in that atmosphere of that. So what happens? Damien wins his match. They leave or what have you, and they stop by a store, a corner store. And they go in the store, all of that, what have you. Anyhow, Adonis, he spots this older guy. And the first thing that hit my mind, when he charged the guy and he was wailing on him, So Adonis had them hands when he was, a younger kid too. He had those hands. So the first thing that hit my mind, I'm like, did this guy SA him, if you all know what that means, molest, something like that. That's kind of what I was thinking, but I knew it had to do with some form of abuse, the way that he went off on dude, I knew it had to do on the lines of that, of some type of abuse or what have you. It was, he was traumatized, and you can see that he was just literally about to kill the guy. Anyhow, so Damien, he breaks up the fight and everything, and then he pulls out a gun. So then they just show Adonis as, a grown man and everything. He's in his beautiful home. Like I said, he have a daughter now. He's married to the beautiful Bianca and all of that. So the home was so lavish and just gorgeous. So he's living the dream or what have you. And they actually show him, I believe, at his fight or what have you. He was I can't think of the guy's name that he had a fight, to fight with. It was this big, thick Caucasian dude or what have you. Dude was just tall and thick and all of that. And I'm just like, whoa. So, Adonis' character is a lot like Rocky, if you will. They both go places in their head while they're, in the ring, both married. have a child and stuff like that. So he's kind, he's a lot like Rocky, even though Apollo was his father and everything. So it's like he's like the both of them in a sense. Anyhow, so he wins the fight with the dude, and I was just like, how? How did he possibly beat this dude? I mean, it just kind of seemed like he matched with that guy was, like he was out of his league to even fight this dude. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. So, like I said, Damien is out of the picture, all of that. We're not knowing what's going on or what have you. So then Adonis is kind of just hanging out or what have you. He goes, where did he go? He went in the neighborhood or what have you. I don't know. Long story short, he ends up running into Damien. So I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. So at first he didn't recognize him, what have you. I think he was posted up on his car or what have you. And he's just like, hey, my man, what's up? That's me, whatever. And so he's like, oh, hey, sorry about that or whatever. And then he gives him this look, what have you. And he's like, like, oh, Damien, what have you. So anyhow, they get reacquainted. He takes him out to lunch. So they're talking or what have you. And the way that they showed Damien, like, he was looking rough. He was looking real rough around the edges. So I'm like, did dude get on crack or something? We didn't know about it. Maybe that's the reason why, one went left, one went right, or what have you. Is is he okay? Because he was just looking really, really rough. So anyhow, the plot thickens. So Adonis takes him out to lunch and everything. So they get reacquainted, and so like he's throwing some bills his way and everything. And he's like, no, I'm not looking for a handout. He was like, I want a title. I'm looking to box, and all of that. So his MO was that he's looking to get back into the boxing world. And as a matter of fact, he's been in jail for the past 18 years. Okay? So he's been locked up, and it's all due to him sticking his neck out for Adonis, back in the day when he got into the fight with old dude. And I believe he was on probation at the time, so he's with a firearm, so automatically, that's a strike against his probation and everything or what have you. So he was jailed for 18 years. I'm like, okay, he didn't kill anyone. It's like, my God. Anyhow, so come to find out, Adonis, he didn't write him. He didn't go to see him. He didn't reach out. Damien was sending him letters and everything. But Adonis's mom, as I mentioned, played by Claire Huxtable, she hid the letters. She didn't think that Damien would be, like a good role model for him or what have you. She didn't think that he was the type of company that he needed to keep based on the fact that he, was sent to prison, for 18 years. She was just being a mother, she was looking out for his best interest and everything. Their lives were in two different directions. So, you can't fault her for that. But then at the same token, it's like, honestly, I feel that Adonis could have reached out to him, in letters. Maybe if he didn't go to see him, but at least write the guy. Like he owed him that. They were thick as thieves. Damien was a big brother to him. So you're gonna do that to the dude? I mean, and this is my thing, whether, like I said, whether his mom gave him a letter or not, like, you knew the guy had been in prison. for 18 years. You couldn't reach out to him. So I can understand Damien being pissed. I totally get that part, you know. Ooh, these are so good. I totally get it. So meanwhile, but in the back of Damien's head, he had this whole plan. He basically was playing Adonis. So Adonis, he kind of takes him under his wings and everything, and he got him a position with being, he was sparring for an up-and-coming fighter. And the guy, Woody, he was completely against it. He peaked game with Damien from day one. He was like, this guy, he have a chip on his shoulder. He's fighting the world, basically. He's been locked away. He's pretty much like, he's been a caged animal. So he's ferocious right now, So, and you can just see the hurt and kind of like the jealousy that Damien had for Adonis, especially when he went to his home, he met his wife, his child, and all of that or whatever. He's just kind of like looking around the home, and Adonis got this huge picture of himself up and all of that. And I'm just like, okay. And Damien, he's just peeping everything out, like, and I knew he was thinking to himself, all of this should have been mine. Like, this dude is really living my life. I was the boxer. I was the one that, could have went pro, what have you. And this little dude that was, like my little brother here, oh, he got all of this now. Plus a wife, a kid, he got all, and the title, as the champ. So it's like, oh, okay, really? And I, I can totally see that's where he was going with that. And I kind of thought he was going to hit on Bianca a little bit. It was like he was kind of throwing her a little bit of rhythm or what have you. Like he was doing it in a slick way. He wasn't that obvious about it, but he was trying to get to her head, about her career and everything. Like, in other words, he was a snake, so I was like, okay. And it looks like, Bianca enjoyed the conversation and everything. And I'm like, okay, Bianca, kind of chill out, So anyhow, the guy that he was the sparring partner for, Damien actually had it set up that one of his homeboys that he was locked up with, they was at an event. It was the event that I think, was it Bianca's event? No, it wasn't Bianca's event. It was, some sort of boxing event. So, Damien had it set up that one of his boys actually hurt the fighter that the guy that he was sparring against was supposed to fight and everything. And he hurt his hand and all of that. Like, he put him out of commission to fight, in other words. And he did it so that he could take that guy's spot. And because Adonis is, he's feeling bad about, not reaching out to Damien and all of that or what have you. And see, Damien knew that he could play Adonis like this solely on the fact that, he didn't look out for him. So he used that to, his advantage. But he really was very resentful towards Adonis, and he wanted payback. He wanted payback. He wanted his life back. And again, he felt like the life that Adonis was living was his life, and he came to to get it back. So he came to cause commotion you know. And the guy, Woody, he was absolutely correct. This dude was a wild animal, you know. So he fought his sparring partner or whatever, and he ended up hurting him really bad. At one point, I really thought it was going to be like Apollo, ended up losing his life in the ring. I thought it was going to be that. I thought Damien was going to kill old dude, you know, the Latino dude or what have you. I thought he was going to kill old boy. I just felt really weird. I was just like, oh my God, no, this isn't going right, or what have you. So, but he ended up hurting him pretty badly. He could have killed him. So he won the title. And Adonis he started to put two and two together or whatever. And he rolled up on him. And he was celebrating and everything. And it was a mess. He found out the truth. He even saw, I don't know, somehow he saw a picture of the guy that hurt the fighter that was supposed to originally fight. He saw a picture of he and dude in prison together and all of that. And Damien clocked the heck out of Adonis in the eye. I'm just like, whoa. I mean, he just bop and left him with this huge whelp on his eye or what have you. I'm like, okay. So anyhow, these two, of course, they ended up, fighting because Damien was not going to back down. So Adonis had to come out of retirement, just to claim his respect, get the title back, all of that. So they had to hash this out, which they did. The fight was incredible. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. It was just dope to me. Of course, Adonis ended up winning and all of that. And like I said, I think his daughter probably will be in part 4 as a boxer. I was kind of hoping that he would have had a son, to pass it down to, but they want to do a little flipperoo or what have you and have it to be the girl. Maybe kind of like a Muhammad Ali and Layla Ali-ish. We'll see. But he and Damien ended up hashing out all of their issues too and everything. And, so they ended it on a good note. But my thing is, I don't think Adonis should trust Damien. I think he should just feed him with a long handled spoon and kind of just keep his eye on him or what have you, because it's still something there with Damien, but at least they hashed it out. And come to find out, old boy that was in the group home, that was their group home father or what have you, he was abusing them verbally and physically. He used to actually physically beat them, So I thought it was the other thing or what have you, but abuse is abuse, So that's what happened with that. It's a couple of other things, of course, that happened in the movie, but go and watch it. Like I said, I loved it. I don't know, Jonathan Majors, he just wooed me. It's something so incredibly sexy about this guy. I don't know what it is, but I love his acting style. See, my thing is, I can't stand when I see actors act like other popular actors. It's like, be authentic, be yourself. And this is one of the reasons why I truly loved Chadwick Boseman, because he didn't act like anyone else. He was himself, because a lot of the times, especially for like black men, they looked up to Denzel Washington or maybe Samuel L. Jackson, just, someone that they really have looked up to. So they kind of developed that style of them, and it's so annoying. I hate that. Like, if you're an actor and actress, just be you. be yourself, you know. And for me, Jonathan Majors, he just had that it factor. Now, Michael B. Jordan, he does too, and I think he's authentic. I really loved him in Black Panther Part 1. I already have the review for Wakanda Forever. Hated it, you know. Didn't like it. Didn't like Letitia Wright portraying Black Panther. I thought that was whack, you know. But I really love Michael B. Jordan in Black Panther. I thought he was just phenomenal. I love that role for him or what have you. So I'm looking for great things from Michael B. Jordan. And of course, Jonathan Majors. Jonathan, if you ever watch this, hey. Anyhow, that is my review for Creed 3. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. It was dope. It kept me on my toes. It had me emotional. It gave me a little bit of everything that I needed. Okay, so go and check out Creed 3. And I will see you guys next time for a movie review or whatever I feel the need to talk about. And of course, put God first. Okay, see ya.